afternoon, everyone, and welcome to PBA at noon. I'm Paul Benwell, and I'm joined by my colleague, Sophie Caesar. I'm really excited about today's presenter, BIGG Digital Assets. We have been following this company for a very long time. BIGG owns, operates, and invests in crypto businesses that support and enhance compliant and regulated ecosystems. With the crazy roller coaster ride cryptocurrency has been taking over the last 18 months, it's easy to see how pivotal BIGG can be in this space. BIGG owns two operating companies, the online cryptocurrency brokerage netcoins, which many of you may know, and Blockchain Intelligence Group, a leading developer of blockchain technology search, risk scoring, and data analytics solutions. BIGG trades on the CSE under the symbol BIGG and is currently trading at 86 cents. And here to demystify the world of cryptocurrency is BIGG CEO and Director Mark Binns. Welcome, Mark. And to anyone on the call, please have your questions ready and we'll give them to Mark at the end. Thanks so much. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here today to walk everybody through BIGG Digital Assets, what we're doing, where we're going, why it's a great time to get involved in BIGG as an investor, and be part of the future of crypto as it continues to evolve in Canada and globally. So with that, I'm going to kick it off. Here we are. Compliance first crypto is our tagline. We're a company that believes the future of crypto is going to be a regulated ecosystem, and that there's a lot of money to be made by being part and helping a future of crypto that's safe, compliant, and regulated. Our operating businesses both operate in that space to make profits. And what you're going to see today is a really exciting, fast-growing business with big catalysts coming up and tremendous growth ahead of it. It's actually an amazing time to get involved in crypto. There's been a bit of a downdraft at the start of the year, which has made assets, both traditional crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, good buying opportunities, but in crypto stocks in particular, especially very healthy revenue generating growth stocks, tremendous prices to enter. So you've come at a good time. We trade on the CSE under BIGG, and for any Americans that have come in today on the OTCQX under BBKCF. And with that, I'm going to sort of jump into the business. Here's what the corporate structure looks like. The parent company, BIGG Digital Assets, is the public company, but we own and operate two businesses. So you get two for one, a little bit different than some businesses that only have one line of products. We have two. The two companies that we own and operate are called netcoins and Blockchain Intelligence Group. Both are 100% wholly owned subsidiaries and all of our own technology inside of both of them. Nothing is outsourced. Both of our trading engines and our graphing engines for these products are entirely our own intellectual property. Netcoins is our trading platform operating in Canada. It's actually Canada's first licensed legal crypto trading platform by the CSA, which is the Canadian SEC, owned by a public company. So huge opportunities and advantages for netcoins, big accomplishment last year, and we're going to talk about that business and where it's going. Again, that's a brokerage business. We help customers, whether they're retail or institutions, buy and sell crypto assets, and we make money on every trade. Then on the other side, Blockchain Intelligence Group is a crypto forensics company. We map the blockchain, and in fact, we map multiple blockchains, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of the underlying ERC20 tokens, which is 300,000 plus tokens built on Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Stellar, etc. And what we do by mapping the blockchain is we make it readable by law enforcement. I like to say we de-anonymize the blockchain so law enforcement can actually do investigations of crime if crypto is involved. Very powerful product. It's sold globally. We have customers ranging from small police departments all the way up to the US Secret Service. Great growth business, going to continue to grow excessively quickly as the crypto economy evolves and crypto gets more involved in payments. Unfortunately, there will be more fraud, more money laundering, and more crime as crypto becomes more mainstream. But we make the tools to help keep that system, those crimes at bay, I guess you would say, and help law enforcement do their jobs. Those are the two primary businesses I'm going to talk about today. We also do make minority investments in really exciting and hot crypto startup businesses, both for profit and also to stay integrated into those companies so the shareholders learn about BIGG and invest in BIGG. Quickly through them, WonderFi, which is a DeFi company, CEO Ben Samaru. We invested in that company at seed round at 25 cents. It's now worth $2 a share. Zen Ledger is a crypto tax company out of the States. We've been in it since seed round, growing very quickly, co-invested with Mark Cuban and some incredibly good VCs out of the United States. Liquid is a Bitcoin Lightning Network company designed to help move crypto quickly and efficiently, particularly for payments around the world. Founded by Sean. Sean was actually back in the day, 5+ years ago, one of the co-founders of Blockchain Intelligence Group. Tremendous individual, now a public company again and growing quickly. And then TerraZero is a metaverse company run by Dan Reitzik. This company is really exciting because it's helping build the blocks for the metaverse and getting really tied into buying land and being part of the ecosystem there. And that's all built on Ethereum and NFTs and cryptocurrency like Mana that is used to buy and sell these assets. So it's a great extension of our business and Netcoins to watch what they're doing and to be a part of that business. All of those investors in those businesses hear about BIGG being an owner, and then they turn their eyeballs to BIGG, and it brings us more investment and more growth opportunities for our shareholders. So that's part of the reason we're in it, besides being profitable. Now, let's continue here. Why BIGG? So what is exciting about our company? And there's quite a few slides on this, but the first one, compliance first crypto. I talked about our tagline. We are part of the future ecosystem of crypto, where it's come out of the shadows and started out being used in crime more than investment. That has changed entirely. The whole use of cryptocurrency now is primarily for investment, primarily for payments, easy move of funds globally, and our businesses are designed to make money as that ecosystem grows and grows. Netcoins is trading. The more use of crypto, the more people will need to trade it and move between different cryptos, the more money we make. And Blockchain Intelligence Group is making products that are helping support that ecosystem as it grows. And the wider adoption of crypto in both cases drives both businesses. We have a tremendously healthy treasury. We have between $60 and $70 million of cash and crypto on our balance sheet at any given time, depending on the price of primarily Bitcoin, but the underlying assets. We have no debt. We own 500 Bitcoins of our very own that are sitting in treasury, not counting the $80 to $100 million worth of customer assets that we manage through Netcoins, or we call them assets under custody. So we have a very, very healthy balance sheet and a company that has a war chest to continue growing the business on top of what you're going to see as our growth. And our price model is agnostic. Whether Bitcoin's going up or down on any given day, Netcoins is still making money. Our trading platform makes money by taking a percentage or a fee on every single trade. And even if the price is going down, what you'll see is people are panic selling large amounts of crypto. Other people are jumping in and buying the dip, as they say, or panic buying. Either way, if the price is going up, or the price is going down, we're making money on our trading platform. And Blockchain Intelligence Group doesn't care about what the price of the underlying assets is whatsoever. That technology is completely designed to map the blockchains and show it to law enforcement and our customers. So again, the prices don't matter. We have a really strong management team that has been in this business since 2015, 2016, 2017, since we founded the two operating businesses. I'll just walk you through those in a few minutes. And we're catalyst rich. As an investor, you're looking for catalysts. We're coming up to a big international expansion for Netcoins. We're launching new products. We continue to make new investments in strategic opportunities. So that's the kind of company that you want to be invested in. As the crypto market rewarms, because it's cooled off a little bit the last couple of months, these are the companies that are going to shine and show outsized weighted returns for investors that are buying now. In terms of a quick trading snapshot, we have coverage now by 4 different research firms, which is amazing for an early stage tech company and early stage crypto company. FRC, PI Financial, Singular Research, and HC Wainwright, big investment bank out of the US. The average price target is $2.81 Canadian. So it's running nearly $2 higher than the current price. I love that because it shows all the upside potential for our investors and the real value in the business when you take some of the emotions, the short-term emotions of investing out. They have looked at the products, they've looked at the comps, they've looked at the revenue stream and the growth of the business, and they put a price on where it's going. So we're excited to have that coverage. I'd also like to say that we have very significant insider ownership of this business. Myself, Lance Morgan, who I'll talk about in a minute, Kim Evans, who's our CFO, We're heavily invested. We think that this business is in the, at most third inning of a 9-inning ball game, particularly the crypto industry, but also big digital assets. Everything's just really getting going in crypto. Here's the revenue curve. This is exactly what you're looking for when you're going to invest in a business, is these kind of, quick growth. And these are not, plans. These are actuals. So 2019, about $500,000 in revenue. Products were just getting launched. Trading platform was just getting going. 2020, we grew at almost 5x. And then 2021, we grew at another 6x. The only reason that says estimate is we're waiting for audit because we're past the end of our fiscal year. But it's going to be very close to that number, just over 14 million from 2.5 the previous year. So we have product market fit. We are scaling, we are growing. And this is particularly with just Netcoins operating and trading in Canada, selling trading services in Canada. And within the end of this quarter, we hope to be launched in the US, which is a 10 times larger market. So you can imagine how revenues will be able to scale once we take a proven platform with a proven marketing strategy into the States. In terms of people, my whole background is in sales and marketing, but running public companies and finding product market fit and then scaling them, finding the formula that says customer acquisition costs this much, lifetime value of a customer is worth this much. If you can find that formula, all you have to do is add money and the business will scale. We've done a great job of that so far in this business, as you've seen, and we're going to keep doing that. Kim Evans, fantastic public markets CFO. Kim has great cross-border experience for companies listed in multiple jurisdictions. And we're planning this year to uplist our Canadian listing to the TSX and our US listing to the NASDAQ. But that said, in the meantime, we have really, really great liquidity. You look at how much we trade. We're trading 1 million plus shares every day in the States. We trade 2 and 3 million shares in Canada. For anyone that wants the opportunity to invest, it's a highly liquid stock. And you don't get stuck in it. It's not these early stage businesses that trade by appointment. We have a very active investor base and a tremendous liquid stock for investors. Lance Morgan is the president of Blockchain Intelligence Group, our forensics business. He's also the co-founder of that business and a serial entrepreneur. Lance knows more about the blockchain than 99.99% of people on planet Earth. Him and his team have figured out how to de-anonymize it and make it readable by law enforcement so people can't commit crimes and get away with it easily because you have no idea what's going on. Tremendous asset in Lance building and growing that business. And he's been there since day one, like I said. Then we have Kim Dwyer, newly hired. It's not so new anymore, but I always think of her as fairly new in the last few months since end of Q3 last year. Chief Operating Officer at Netcoin. She comes from CIBC, one of Canada's biggest banks. And her whole experience is scaling products, digital products with retail audiences into millions of customers. And that's what we're doing with Netcoins. And she's doing a tremendous job working with me on the Netcoins platform, getting ready to take it to the States and expanding and growing it in Canada, as you've seen from the revenue numbers that we just posted. So now just a little bit about the two businesses. Netcoins, again, brokerage business designed to help help our customers buy and sell cryptocurrency. We win because the platform is easy to use. Most people are not in crypto yet. That is part of the reason I say it's so new. The numbers range between 5 and 10% of Canadians and probably globally the similar numbers actually own crypto. I bet globally it's like under 1%, but it's super early days. And when people get in, it's a bit of a mystery to them. A friend says, you should buy some Bitcoin, and they finally buy their first $20. They need a platform that's easy to use and understand. And Netcoins is built that way. I have friends that use Binance or have used Binance, and they lose their own money in it because they can't figure it out. There's too many buttons. It's too complicated. Netcoins is designed to be powerful, but very powerful user interface, easy to use, easy to understand, with tremendous customer support. We have phone support, email support, live chat support. People are there right away to help our customers. And that drives tremendous referrals. They bring in their friends, their parents, their aunts and uncles into the platform because they say it's easy to use, it has great support, and it just simply does what I need it to do. So that's a little bit about the competitive advantage side. But the big thing is that we have a restricted dealer license in Canada. Right at the end of September, Netcoins was granted by the CSA, including the BC Securities Commission, where we are in British Columbia, and the OSC in Ontario, and all the Canadian provinces and territories. a legal crypto trading platform license. Again, first one granted to a platform owned by a public company in the country. There's only a couple in total now. And the advantages we have with this license are many. Number one, we're getting a ton of free marketing. You're going to see the Netcoins name mentioned in any media, anytime they're talking about licensing and regulation in Canada. But with this platform, we can take it to third-party companies, whether it's banks, wallet providers, financial institutions, credit card services offering companies, and say, we can help your customer base either trade crypto or transacting crypto using our license. We can basically white label our service into these organizations. They can bring us their customer base, and then their customers can have crypto services. And that organization doesn't need a license because we've done all the hard work to get one and to work with them in a partnership. We're setting up a number of those opportunities right now. We actually recently announced one with BBTV, where they're going to pay their providers, their content providers globally in crypto using our platform. And because we're licensed, they can do that and provide that service to their customer base. And all the people they're paying, we're making money on because they're taking fiat, they're buying cryptocurrency, we're getting a trade fee, then they're sending out the crypto. One small example of what we call platform as a service, which is a big opportunity for us going forward. On top of that, regardless, just in Canada with just our audience or our customer base we have now, tremendous growth. You can see the revenues on the left side from 250 to 1.5 to 12 million. Our Q4 numbers, we just finished Q4 at the end of December. Everything from quarterly active users to revenues to transactions are up 40, 50% quarter over quarter, 260% year over year. I was just looking at some data today from our competitors. We're growing every bit as fast, if not faster, in a number of key metrics of any Canadian top tier trading platform, which is amazing. And we're about to layer on a whole bunch of new products, coins, and international expansion. We're marketing everywhere. If you've not seen a Netcoins ad and you're watching NFL, NBA, or NHL on TV in Canada, I'd be surprised. If you listen to radio nationally at all in your car as you go to work or drive around, you've probably heard a Netcoins ad. And if you haven't, I think you will soon. We're out there getting our name out and people know the brand. It's one of the top recognized crypto brands in the country. And we've just launched a credit card. The wait list, we're starting to take names off the top of our wait list now, issue cards. And what's amazing about this card is you get cash back in crypto. So you actually get Bitcoin as your reward instead of money or airline points, et cetera. And if you're getting Bitcoin worth $5 now as part of a reward for purchasing, we believe that's going to be worth $10 and $15 in the future, and makes this a very compelling offering in the market. And it also creates a lot of stickiness in our platform because people actually load their card and load their balances through their Netcoins account. It spends money out of their Netcoins account, and it keeps people in there looking at both their balances, checking on their investments, trading, all of which generates revenue for us. So great product. And we're rolling out through a very significant waitlist on a daily and weekly basis. Now, the other business we have, Blockchain Intelligence Group, is really designed to bring security and accountability to the space. The main product is Clue. Clue is the product that de-anonymizes the blockchain. It lets you understand what's going on and how crypto moves through the blockchain. I'm going to use some numbers here, and I want people to pay close attention. We have 3.5 billion wallet addresses, risk scored or with attributions on them, meaning we know something about them and we can provide that data to law enforcement. That's across all the major blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the ERC20 tokens, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, et cetera. These circles and boxes represent the movement of crypto through different wallet addresses on the blockchain. The blockchain is just a collection of wallet addresses essentially linked together. And if someone is using crypto to do money laundering, if there's theft, if there's weapons purchases, child pornography, drugs, illicit drug purchases, even minor petty crimes, we have the tools that sell the law enforcement with Clue to solve that. And here's an example. Someone steals your crypto, you go to the police department, they take that information and say, these coins were stolen from this wallet address. They punch it into Clue. Clue will show the movement of those coins through all the wallets on the blockchain, whether they sit at one wallet for a week or a year and then move again, it doesn't matter. It will follow those coins to an endpoint And an endpoint is usually an exchange. That's how people get paid. That's how they get their money out of the coins into US dollars, Canadian dollars, British pounds, whatever it is. And then that law officer could see in this example, oh, these coins went around the world 3 times and ended up in this wallet. And Clue tells me that's at Coinbase. They can call up Coinbase and say, freeze the coins in that wallet. Here's a subpoena. They could ask for the information about who owns the wallet, issue a warrant. It could go to court. Clue has been used in court multiple times as providing expert evidence on all sorts of crimes. And it allows law enforcement to do their job and bring criminals to justice. There was no way to do that before tools like this existed. It's very unique. I'll show you in a second. There's really only 4 companies in the world that are doing this. And again, it's a huge data product designed to make it very simple for someone to understand and use, like a police officer, to actually fight crime in crypto. We have trained people from top US institutions like the SEC, the Secret Service, all the way down to university students, banks in between, money laundering organizations, audit and compliance companies, you name it. People have come to us to learn how to do crime investigation when crypto is involved. We actually have a course called the Cryptocurrency Investigation Designation 8 hours online course. And during that time, we show them our tools. And at the end, then they have to buy our tools because they need to do their job, and they just learned ours. So that's the most logical purchase. The sort of the last thing to know to really put value on this is what's going on. There's really only 4 products in the world. These have taken us and the competitors, 5-6 years to build, $25 million at least of investment into Clue. And there's Clue, Chainalysis, CipherTrace, and Elliptic for the entire world doing crypto investigations. Chainalysis has a $4 billion pre-money valuation on its last private round. It's a private company. You can't invest in it. CipherTrace was just bought by MasterCard for, we believe, between $250 and $500 million. Clue is every bit the product that CipherTrace is, both in terms of data and representation. Tells us that we believe the technology alone in our product is probably worth more than the entire market cap of BIGG Digital Assets, which again points to how good of an investment this is at this point in time. And then there's Elliptic, who raised, I believe, around $30 million recently to continue to evolve their product. But you have a fast growing market. You have high barriers to entry because it takes, collecting 3 billion data points takes years, requires artificial intelligence, data, PhDs in data and data analysis and data collection, et cetera. MasterCard decided it was easier to buy a company than to build it, even though they have unlimited resources essentially when they bought CipherTrace. That's the kind of market you want to be in, a market that's hard for competitors to enter, is growing quickly, and has high value. The last year, just so you see what we've accomplished, which, shows you what we can accomplish and where we're going. Market cap grew from 68 to 235 million. The stock went from, sub 40 cents to ended the year at around $1. Revenue, 2.5 million to 14 million plus. We traded $1 billion worth of crypto through netcoins last year in 2021, 985 million, something like that. We got the first publicly owned licensed platform in Canada, heading into the US. We have 8 different blockchains across our Clue and BitRank products, as I talked about. We've added KPMG as an auditor. We're probably the only crypto company publicly traded or otherwise in Canada that has a Big 4 auditor. This is going to enable us to continue to grow and expand with a powerful bench behind us. We made minority investments. We grew treasury to 500 Bitcoin. We raised more than $40 million in capital last year. Again, now having our balance sheet up at over $60 to $70 million with the profits we've made and the growth in our assets. We've been added to ETFs regularly and continue to be added to exchange traded funds and global blockchain indexes. The indexes are even better because you get added to an index. All the funds that follow the index then buy your stock. And we launched a card. Almost done in the interest of time here. We're going to be adding a lot more coins to the platform. We're actually waiting for a final regulatory approval to make some infrastructure changes so we can add a very significant number of coins, which will create more stickiness and more revenue for netcoins. Be rolling out the card continuously now, as I talked about. We're going to go into the US. California and Texas are our first planned markets. Each is roughly the size of Canada. California is bigger than Canada. Texas is slightly smaller, but just by entering those 2 states alone, we'll triple our addressable customer base for netcoins. On the blockchain intelligence group side, we're launching significant digital event PR marketing this year, really targeting a mid-tier customer that has been untouched and unserviced. Plans for uplisting both sides of the border this year. And we're going to continue to look at strategic investments. They've been tremendously good for us financially. But again, as I said, if we invest in a company, all the other people and retail shareholders that are invested there learn about our name, then they buy our stock. And that's it. That's soup to nuts of Big Digital Assets. What I'm going to do is turn it back to Paul, who's going to go through a few questions for probably 5 to 10 minutes here to finish us up today. So back to you, Paul.
It'll be me, Mark.
Oh, Sophie, even better.
So you'll have to forgive me if we repeat some questions that you might have covered during the presentation.
Yeah, that's okay.
So here's one that we got right at the onset. Is the infrastructure in place to accommodate multiple, like 5 to 10 coins in the netcoin assortment? If yes, when will more coins be added?
Yeah, the infrastructure is in place and ready to go. As a regulated platform in Canada, if you want to make any changes to coins you're adding, you need to go through a process. And if you want to make changes to the way you store coins, that's what I'm mostly referring to when I talk about infrastructure, is that we have to keep coins for our customers in proper cold storage or approved storage solutions to keep them safe. So there's, random coin X, it's number 200 or 2000 on the list of crypto, where there's no proper storage available for it. Regulators don't want you selling that coin because you can't safely and securely store it for your customers that buy it and leave it on your platform. So we're working with them to get approved our storage plans for a wide range of altcoins, I would call it, the less major coins. And we're waiting on a meeting, a national meeting where they go through, all the different companies that they regulate and look at changes that they're requesting and approve them. And we're hoping for approval, in the next 1 to 2 weeks, so we can move forward with adding a large swath of coins to the platform.
So it's a lengthy process, which is why
it is a lengthy process.
Yeah.
I mean, we started this process in, and in November, probably. So we don't want to make a lot of changes to the platform, but sometimes you have to in order to keep up with the ever-changing crypto landscape. And when we were getting regulated, we didn't want to make changes to our coin offerings during the process, or it never would have got done. So we kept our coin offering static, got the license, which again is a very unique and valuable thing to have. And now we're making some updates.
Okay, so here's another question. The US expansion is imminent. Has BIGG and netcoins already started advertising in Texas and California? And I guess if you can touch on, what does imminent mean exactly? When is it when in your best estimate, is that gonna happen?
Yeah, so no, we've not started advertising. So we won't start advertising in the markets until we actually launch. The imminent part is this quarter. I mean, okay. We are going through the US, I guess you'd say, regulation as well. And it's continuously changed. There's a lot of talk in the US about regulation and clamping down and changing the way crypto platforms operate. We are setting up the banking and compliance programs, getting final approval. You need to have multiple banks. You need to have compliance. You need to have financial rails that allow Americans to send money in to us and go through all of our what I call liquidity providers, because we're a brokerage business, through the US counterparties. And the US counterparties are different than Canadian counterparties. Mm-hmm. So there's just a lot of paperwork and accounts being set up, so all of the money rails can move.
Wow, yeah.
The technology is 100% ready to go. It's the same Canadian platform, onboarding process, everything else is that we already have. So it's mostly just the classic, banking and financial and accounts with liquidity providers, and making sure that the compliance program in the States, which is completely different and unique from Canada, is ready to go. And we're not going to run into a US regulator problem. The worst thing we could do is launch and then find out, oh, wait, we didn't know that about US regulations. Yeah. So that'll take some time. We're getting it in place, and the plan is to be up and live by the end of Q1.
So what do you think the tipping point will be before some of the legacy financial institutions want to white label your platform?
I think there's a lot of interest right now. The tipping point was, first of all, it had to be a regulated industry in Canada. And we are literally right in the middle of that. Netcoins has their regulated license in Canada. There's a number of crypto trading platforms, significant brand names that do not, and they're not there yet. So some of those platforms will have to make significant changes in order to get their licenses from the Canadian regulators. Some of them may never get their licenses and fade away. Some of them have decided they don't want to get a license and they're being pushed out, like the Binances and BitMEXs and OceanXs and KuCoins, et cetera. So we're right in the middle of that process, and big financial institutions move slow, right? They want to be certain that they're in a industry where regulation and, they need to keep the CSA and the OSC very happy for their traditional businesses. But that's happening now. And I think you're going to see these organizations to start to move to this space. So we're having real conversations now with companies that would like to white label this service. I mentioned BBTV as being one that has already started doing it with us and offering crypto services to their customers. But we're in a number of discussions. So they're taking it seriously now, but they need to take their business plan that they want to do this to the regulators as well and make sure that it's approved so they don't need their own license. So it's sort of the opposite, right? We need to get licensed and had to get approved. If they want to work with a third party and offer crypto trading with, say, Netcoins as the white label provider, their business plan to do that needs to be approved by the regulators, and that all takes time. So it's coming, and we're going to be on the forefront of it. Just requires a bit of patience, but it's going to be worth it, right? The revenue streams can be extremely significant when this comes to bear.
Okay, so a couple of questions about Clue. Has Clue seen any new contracts? The revenue generated is still around 40K. It does not appear to be expanding like Netcoins.
Yes, we're signing new contracts every single month. They are the growth, actually, if you look back at last quarter, I think was somewhere around 25-26% quarter over quarter. So, and that dates back, quarter over quarter over quarter. So it's continuing to grow. It's enterprise sales, right? So it involves, multiple touch points, often with multiple buyers, budget allocation, and then purchase. But Clue is continuing to grow and be adopted globally. The numbers, the revenue numbers show it. And almost more importantly, right now, the technology continues to grow. We keep adding new blockchains and new capabilities. And as the market catches up to the technology, in other words, the demand and the need for the market for this product continues to grow as crypto evolves through payments and, global use, then the value will rise. And that's where it will rise very significantly on the technology value. So when we look at Clue, I keep thinking about technology growth right beside revenue growth. And that's what matters when you're early stage in a market. When we built Clue, it was way ahead of the market need because crypto was still, very early days, not a lot of payments. Crime was just starting to become a part of the industry, but we said, this is where the market's going to be. So we're going, like Wayne Gretzky might say, to where the puck's going versus where it is. And when the market catches up, the value is going to shoot through the roof. And that you're already seeing that by the VC invested companies like Chainalysis with a $4 billion market cap. Yeah. It's not built on revenue at all. It's built on the technology and where that market is going.
So another question pertaining to Clue, how do you get paid from it?
Yeah, it's a software as a service product. So great question. It's a straight up licensed software product. So someone wants to get a seat. So, let's take one police officer and one police department in Idaho. They buy a license that is typically around $1,000 US. It can range from $1,000 to $2,000 US for the license for the year. And then if there was a department that, needed 10 licenses, they'd buy 10 of those for a year. So it's just a software licensing product.
Interesting. So big question came up a couple of times. When will Visa be ready for use?
Well, our Netcoins card is ready for use. We're just rolling it out. I have it in my pocket here now, and I use it all the time. We have a very large wait list. There's my Netcoins Visa card right there. It's pretty cool. And we're taking people off the wait list and adding them, but the wait list is big, and we're not just going to throw it out instantaneous to everyone. We're making sure it works. We're finding any bugs in the system, making sure all the payment rails work, refunds work, but it's continuing to be rolled out, and everybody should keep checking, and hopefully their name comes up soon.
Great. And when do you foresee uplisting to the TSX?
We're in a regularly monthly conversation with them right now about exactly that. It's been going on for a few months. Part of it is we needed to get licensed because they wouldn't let a Canadian crypto company that owned a trading platform be listed without being licensed. So now we're licensed. We have to issue things like annual information forms, again, because we're a public company. They come at the end of fiscal years. We're working on an AIF to update all shareholders about where the business is. And that's sort of used as a listing statement, I guess you'd say, with the TSX. So I don't want to give a hard deadline, but it's in process, and we're working on it with them hand in hand and with the listing people at the TSX.
Great. I have just one or two more questions before Paul hits you with his. Is there a plan to expand into Europe?
We want to expand into the US first with netcoins, both because of it's sort of a time zone, geographical basis, and then Europe. Yes, we would like netcoins to be a global brand. We'd like to operate globally, but because we've taken very much on purpose a regulated platform approach versus, say, Binance, which is completely unregulated, we can't just offer our products everywhere in the world. So we're going to go market by market, but we would like to go to Europe, and we'd like to go to other countries after that as well.
And this one came up twice. How many clients and customers do you have for blockchain?
We haven't published any specific numbers, so you can look up the revenue numbers, but we're adding customers every month is what I would say.
Okay. And Paul, sorry, last question. When will creators be able to pay to crypto service at BBTV?
They're doing it now. So that's already live. It's a revenue generating partnership and product for us. BBTV has already been sending out crypto payments to their creators. So it's a go.
Excellent. Paul, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, we can't hear you,
Paul.
Sorry, but sorry about that. Just a couple of quick questions.
Sure.
What's your commission schedule? If people are on your platform buying and selling, is it based on a percentage of the dollar amount?
Yes, it's based on the dollar amount, and our typical fee is about 1% per trade. That's the entire business model.
And what's the cost of maintaining your platform on a yearly basis?
It's very minimal. I mean, everything runs on scalable Amazon web servers. So the actual maintenance costs are a tiny percent or fraction of sales. The main cost in the entire business is marketing by far and away. And we can scale that up and scale it down as makes sense. When the market's hot, we scale it up. When the market gets cool, like sometimes in the summer, we spend less on marketing. So, we can be profitable or not profitable in that business on any given month by choice, depending on how much we decide to spend on marketing.
Okay. You might have touched on this, but if I were to come in on your platform and buy some Ethereum or whatever, who holds the purchases for your clients? I mean, where are they?
So they're all held on netcoins through our custodians, and our custodian is BitGo. So all crypto purchases, the full amount has to be stored in cold storage safely and securely on BitGo, and that's our government regulated approved custodian for a platform.
Could I get physical delivery of Ethereum if I bought it?
Absolutely. So anything you buy on netcoins, you can withdraw to your own ledger, wallet, or third-party storage at any time. We hold it for our customers who don't want to deal with, the security and holding on to their own crypto. But if they want to, they can withdraw it, and many do. Many will buy and withdraw it and hold it in their own ledger and put it in their own safety deposit box.
Okay, there are so many places out there you can get quotes on Bitcoin or on the cryptocurrencies. What exchanges do you use, or is it like an average of 4 or 5 places that you get your average pricing?
Yeah, it's an average. It always is an average. There is no such thing as true spot because crypto is traded globally in real time, 24/7, and there is arbs out there. So companies and people that spend all their time, basically selling between the exchanges, which keeps the prices level. You can look at TradeBlock, which is a pretty globally recognized price. And what TradeBlock does is it takes all the top global exchanges and it volume weights their price. So if Coinbase Pro is doing 40% of the global volume and someone else is doing 15, they'll weight Coinbase higher than the other exchange, but they'll basically volume weight all the major exchanges and the live prices and put them together to create a combined price. We do essentially the same thing. We're looking at multiple exchanges. We're actually built into multiple exchanges for liquidity, and we'll try to get the best price for our customers at any given time.
You've got 500 Bitcoins in your treasury. How did that happen?
We've been buying them since, around 8,000 US a coin. In fact, I think some of them are probably below 5,000 US a coin. It's why when we say we raised $40 million last year, that we actually have, 60 million plus in treasury. We've been buying crypto at great prices, and we continue to buy. I think in the last couple of months, we've added again. So, we keep looking at the market, and, my price prediction, I don't know if you're going to ask me or not, but I'll tell you, I believe we're going to see $75,000 to $100,000 US Bitcoin by the end of this year. And I think the crypto assets in the market right now are a tremendously good buy. And that's why you see organizations that are in the space buying, especially those that really know and get it. Like, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor just announced, I think it was yesterday, another 650 coins or something.
All right. Mark, you've really explained it like nicely, easily. I'm sure everybody listening has got a much better handle on what's going on. Kudos to you and what you've done. I believe you that this is the next step. This is where we're going. It's eventually going to happen. It's getting faster now. I think it's picking up more momentum as we speak.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's an exciting time. And, people think about crypto, the market moves fast in crypto, right? You got to think in days and weeks instead of years sometimes, but it's a long game, right? And we're building for the long game. We've been building for years, and we're going to continue to do so.
Mark, appreciate your time today. Much appreciated. Thank you to everyone who logged in, and we'll keep you posted on any news coming out of BIGG in the next few months.
Thanks for having me, Paul and Sophie.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you very much.